Welcome to Wordplay, the podcast where metaphors spiral, sayings unravel, and two pals try and make sense of it all. I'm George.
And I'm Rach. And each week we pick a well-known saying, such as when pigs fly, or the cat's out the bag.
And then we run absolutely wild with it.
Sometimes it's deep, sometimes it's chaos. Usually both. This is Wordplay. Let's get into it. Wordplay. Playing with words. Words that to play when we say them and play with them. Here is some synth keyboard that I'm doing with my mouth because I couldn't be bothered to get my keyboard from under all the junk in my bathroom. Second bathroom, I don't bathroom where there's a keyboard. That was more trumping. Okay, on to the episode.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Look at this atmosphere you've got going on.
I know. I've got a portal to hell behind me.
Oh my goodness. Love that.
Oh my God, you have a whole ass skeleton in your head.
Look at this. This looks like... I'm actually so happy about this because, I don't know what I would have done with a Halloween aesthetic without opening the bed the other day because we have storage under the bed and being like, oh my God, there's the hat that Mr. Rachel bought when we were doing Halloween in New Orleans. That I was a bit like,
oh my God,
what are we going to do with that hat after this one event? Like, put it in our suitcase and take it home?
Right.
For this moment.
And you did. You knew that it would come in useful.
I must have done, honestly.
Oh
Although,
my gosh.
Rookie error in that I can't fit on the headphones.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, maybe they could go around the back, but we'll see. I think if the sound's all good, then I think we're fine.
Lovely. Well, for everyone who isn't either watching on Spotify, where you can watch us in, I was going to say in real life. I mean, it's not really real life. It's pre-recorded content. Don't want to shock you. But like in person to see our faces, to see our facial expressions, you can do that on Spotify and YouTube. Don't know if you knew that, but
Halloween attire. And thank you for reminding me that this wasn't just a conversation between the two of us and we are actually recording a podcast.
This would be a very weird, just a conversation between the two of us if we showed up looking like this.
I guess so, yeah. Unless it was like a pre-arranged party, you know?
So for our listeners that aren't watching us on Spotify or YouTube, please describe your attire.
I am wearing a checkered jumper and I have on a brownish sort of dark lipstick, and then I'm wearing a top hat which has got feathers and then like bones and a little skeleton on it to represent Halloween.
And it is very like festival vibes. Like it is, I can see it fitting in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's very that kind of aesthetic, isn't it? Describe you, please.
Well, I have turned off all of the lights apart from my not very festive little duck, which you can't see because he's a light. So to give myself some kind of depth, and my little portal to hell light, which is a little red light on the shelving behind me. And I have more eyeliner on than I have worn since I was 14 years old.
I love a reason to go back to 14-year-old eyeliner.
Right. I have a little clip that is actually a little skeleton hand. And underneath my headphones, I also have little earrings that are moons.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a googly eye at the beginning.
Oh, sorry to disappoint you that I
was excited.
Body parts hanging from my ears.
I do also love moons, I'll be honest.
I mean, yeah. Otherwise, that's a big part of our friendship. No?
True. Yeah.
What moon round things generally haven't we done?
Oh, the cow jumped over the moon. No, that's a nursery rhyme. Are there any moon metaphors?
Listeners, let us know in the comments. You can leave comments on Spotify on an episode, and if you want to give us some moon related metaphors / idioms, then that would be a delight.
Yeah, or any request, to be honest, of what people are want to listen to. I told Mr. Rachel we were doing a Halloween themed one, and he was like, and I said, guess. And he said, better the devil you know? And I was like, no, but actually, that's quite a good one.
No, but thank you for making me doubt everything that I've decided so far.
Maybe one for next year.
Oh, sorry, I just thought about us seeing each other and discussing metaphors for every single week for the next year, and it made me very happy.
Is it possible to run out?
Well, I no.
I think that's
If
yeah,
if
I
you
think that's
if
probably
you if
fine.
you do if you can bend the rules, we can bend the rules. My brother sent me a whole thing on, oh my god, I've forgotten the word. It's like a metaphor, but like specifically like a reverse metaphor.
Ooh,
Mm,
I don't think I've heard of this.
mm. Apologies, by the way. You may be able to hear my dog barking in the background.
Oh, I
She's
didn't.
very cute and she's very loud.
Does she have a Halloween costume?
She doesn't, but what we were planning to do was like think ahead for Christmas because Halloween is today. Obviously, we did not record this yesterday. We are absolutely with you in this moment. Um, we were going to plan ahead for Christmas and get her one of those little reindeer antler type
Cute.
situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She already has the coloring, so
Or a bit like Max in The Grinch when he puts that little red nose on. I love The Grinch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very, very
Shall
cute.
we?
But I just one more thing on the careful preparation that we've done. Um,
Yeah.
as I was putting more and more and more and more and more of my black eyeliner, which I never wear, I always wear brown now, on my eyes, I had a sudden thought of, yes, I'm actually in the middle of a natural disaster right now in central Vietnam, where the whole town is under like nearly 3 meters of water. And so therefore we have no water supply to the house. How the hell am I going to clean all of this off? The answer to that question is I'm not. This is me now.
Forever.
Forever.
Shit. That's casual natural disaster circumstances.
I
You don't have any
know.
water. How will you drink? How will you flush? How will you wash?
All these questions and more. This is what it's like
How
when you're in a natural disaster. It's very different
I
from watching it
do
on TV.
I do take it for granted that the UK is just devoid of any of that kind of issue, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've stocked up on food and we filled up some bottles with water when we did have water because we knew it was going to happen. So,
Yeah.
you know, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And I've charged up my laptop specifically for this, just in case the power went out.
Whoa. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing that like
And
it's
don't worry,
exciting, you know, but it's
I
just
mean,
like,
it,
oh,
it
different, something
is. It
different.
is. Like, obviously, I have mixed feelings about it. I love weather. I love weather. So it is quite exciting for me. And it's also made me feel very grateful for all of the things that I have in my life. Um, bit of sadness for the people that have died and the people that are missing.
Oh Lord.
Um, that is obviously devastating. But as a lover of weather,
Hmm.
that bit is experience for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the record next week, still having not washed your face.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we'll be talking about probably some random animal, let's be honest. And I'll just be
Panda.
there. Panda, 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 panda. Um, yes, so this is where we are. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining us. And welcome to our Halloween special because today is Halloween 2025.
Ooh.
What does Halloween mean to you, Rach?
That's a good question. I loved Halloween as a kid. No, I'd say generally I like Halloween, but mostly because I like fancy dress. And so like as a kid or at uni, it was an excuse for fancy dress, especially extra eyeliner fancy dress.
Yeah.
I'm not like super, super huge on it, if you know what I mean. Like if I couldn't celebrate it, I wouldn't be like, oh no, my favorite holiday. But I like a reason to. Um, and when we went to New Orleans 2 years ago for Halloween. We just so kind of like happened to be there. Um, and
Sorry,
it
you
was
happen to be in New Orleans.
well, as in we went because we wanted to go to the Tabasco factory, and then we did a road trip, and then that was the time of year that we booked, and then we were like, shit, that's Halloween in New Orleans. That's a thing. Like that's a huge thing.
Oh my
So that was
gosh.
cool, but also just insane.
Wow. I would love to do that.
It was no, it was good. It was good. It was good. Just don't go on Bourbon Street the next morning and see the carnage aftermath of like a
Ooh.
party. It just
Uh,
stinks. It's just disgusting. But that was on us, I think, for going back to the scene of the crime.
the scene of the crime. Wow. Sorry,
Oh
that's
God.
relevant.
Yeah, well then it did. Yeah, later on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
Yeah, I forgot about that. Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's a story for
There
another
was layers. That's
episode.
another thing. Anyway, so oh well, and that. Oh my God, there's so many layers to this. Which okay, no, never mind. For the listeners, what our brains just both did was I referred to scene of the crime on Bourbon Street to talk about the morning of the aftermath. Then I started thinking about the actual horrific attack that happened. Was it last year now in that area where that
Oh
truck
yeah.
drove into people? But then
Oh God.
but I don't know if that's what you were thinking of. But then we
That
also, I
wasn't what
think,
I was thinking of.
no. Then I remembered what you were thinking of, which is that the morning after that, me and Mr. Rachel thought we found a dead body on the Mississippi River that turned out to be a naked and like malnourished homeless person that had fallen asleep. So just many layers to whatever just happened between us then. Oh God.
And all quite dark, to be honest.
And it's Halloween.
And
What's
it's
your connection to
Halloween.
Halloween?
I don't dress up. I've never dressed up. I'm pretty sure I've never dressed up that I remember.
Sorry,
Um,
what?
yeah, this is the
I feel like
reaction that everyone has when I say this.
tells more.
Well, so I grew up in a very rural location
Mm.
where there were two houses within a 30-minute walk. So trick or treating wasn't really a thing. Carved pumpkins, that was delightful, and I really enjoyed that because obviously
Yeah.
it's a craft, isn't it? Really. Um, but yeah, I remember the closest thing I got to dressing up was I got some pretend cobwebs and I wrapped myself in them, and I was like, "This is my outfit." But I'm not sure that that really doesn't count, does it?
I mean, creativity is whatever you want it to be, right? I do I do have a thing about this where like, like oh God, I sound like one of those people that's like, when back in our day when we were young. But like I think there's such a now with like Instagram, a lot of people are taking pictures for the aesthetic, right? Of like Halloween costumes and stuff. And I think there's whether it's
Right.
pressure or just like for it to look like amazing. But me and my sister were like absolutely killing ourselves laughing recently because we found a photo of when she was probably would have been like 12 and I was 5 and it was
Mm-hmm.
Halloween and
Mm-hmm.
our parents had dressed she was like a skeleton but was basically just wearing like a black onesie with like some white things painted on and I was a witch but I was just wearing a bin bag and I'm just like this
Oh,
is like 90s Halloween aesthetic, right? Just
oh
like what
my
have we got around the
God.
house? Put it in
It's like
there.
the movies where like the kids go to the door in a really bad outfit and the person opening the door is like, "And what are you, sweetie?" And
Yes.
they're like, "I'm a witch." It's just Rachel
Yeah.
in a bin bag.
Exactly. You can be anything you want to be. Let's bring that back. I should have just worn a bin bag today.
Yeah, sure. I
Yeah,
mean, it's not too late. We can pause and you can go and grab one.
I'm tempted, but I'm worried. Why was my next thought, what if I get too sweaty? I feel like it's quite a hot
It's
material.
plastic. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it cold over there right now?
Yeah. Well, it's 8 degrees.
I mean, yeah. It's cold
Getting
here as
colder.
well, but it's 26
Oh my God. And flooding.
and flooding.
So okay, so you're
Um,
Halloween. Okay, so you haven't, yeah, makes sense. Rural area, no need for trick-or-treating, like the vibes weren't
yes.
in.
Yeah, and also I'm not a big scary movie person. I
Mm,
love vampires, I love witches, anything supernatural. I'm obsessed, love ghosts. But scary movies like they stay with me at night, you know.
yeah. I don't think I knew this about you. I don't think we've discussed this. This is nice.
What? Oh my gosh. Hello, getting to know
Yeah.
each other.
Okay. So you're not in a horror movie fan.
Not no, 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 no. I will do it if I have someone cute to cuddle with,
Yeah.
but I won't be watching the movie. I would just be closing my eyes, and even the sound freaks me out. The sound's the worst bit,
Mm.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you know actually a movie that I watched that I like that was a scary movie? Quiet Place.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah. Oof.
I'd say that's more thriller-esque, I reckon.
Okay, okay, okay. So maybe I'm a thriller girl.
Yeah. I think you're
Ooh.
similar to me actually in I used to watch more horror when I was younger, and I
Mm,
almost feel like I've got like wimpier as I've got older, but it's always
mm.
bothered me. It's just now I have more a collection of more mental images to bother me. And it's because I like the thrill, I want the feeling, but I can't handle the like then afterwards I'm thinking about it at
Yeah,
night
for
or like I turn the
years.
lights off and I'm thinking about it.
It's mad.
Terrifying. In fact,
What's the movie with the girl that crawls through the screen? Is that The Ring?
yes.
Yeah. So I guess I must have seen a clip of that, or maybe I watched it with my um friends from secondary school. One of them was obsessed with watching scary movies, and she was Thai, and Asian scary movies hit way harder than anywhere else, I swear to
Whole other
God.
level.
Yeah, so she would put them on and I would be scared to death.
Yeah. The Grudge was the one that did me in, which wasn't that dissimilar to The Ring actually. But part of it,
Yeah.
I'm in a loft right now. Oh no, Rach. Oh no. No,
Oh God.
so many. But you know what? I bet if I watched it now, it probably came out 20 years ago, maybe more than that.
Yeah,
It'd probably seem kind of like fake and outdated. But sometimes I think
maybe.
that's worse. You know, like Scream, right? Like it's kind of satire, it's ridiculous. But part of what's
Sure.
scary about it to me is it's so unhinged that it's like it makes it worse.
Um, yeah. I'm thinking probably The Shining and The Omen are probably scary movies that are old that are still scary now.
Yeah,
I haven't seen either of them because I'm too scared to.
yeah. I haven't seen The Omen. I feel like The Shining didn't scare me that much. I read the book first, and then I think I watched it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm now. Well, actually, maybe this leads on a little bit to our topic, which is I feel like as we talk about it, there's little like things that are coming up that might be buried in the back of my mind where I'm like, oh, that
Oh,
image that used to freak you out,
wow. Buried as if locked away somewhere.
perhaps in like a closet.
um before we dive fully in, I just want to acknowledge that there is a giant spider the size of my head somewhere behind the bookshelf behind me. So
Thought you were going to
no,
say behind me then, and I was like, what the hell?
no,
Okay,
no, no, I
you
wouldn't do that to you. But I just
Tidy's
want to
showing up for the
acknowledge it's there
yeah.
because yeah, he's here for the episode. He's listening. He's a fan.
What happened? You just saw it and you were like, oh, okay. Guess you're joining now.
I saw him this morning. He uh launched himself past me, and I thought, bro, it's 6 a.m. Why? Why?
Sounds a bit desperate,
Why?
this guy.
He's just so excited for the pod because today we're talking about skeletons in the closet.
Skeletons in the closet. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
da.
Or skeletons in the on the hat in your
Skeletons on the
case.
hat.
Mm.
Where do
So,
we start?
I mean, how do you feel about it? What comes to mind when I say, Rach, have you got any skeletons in the closet that you want to tell me about?
Oh, I like it as a saying.
Hmm.
I feel like you could read it two ways. You can read it as like bad things that you've done that you don't want to come to light,
Uh-huh.
which I'd normally associate more, especially so with like celebrities, when things
Mm.
come out about celebrities and you're like, oh, some
Oh.
skeletons in their closet. Um,
As
but
in
I
like
also,
people that were like you actually kind of liked and then suddenly you found out they were really racist.
yeah, or
Uh
sex offenders. That's usually the most common one, isn't it?
oh God, not the sex offenders.
Though I feel like people use it more like not reactively, like, oh, look at all the skeletons that were in their closet. It's more of like if you're suspicious of somebody, you're like, oh, I wonder what skeletons they've got hanging around in their closet. Like it's a bit of an accusation,
Oh, oh,
I think.
okay. Okay. So you're like, this guy is sus. What is he hiding?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm, mm.
And I suppose in a literal sense, skeletons in the closet is who have you murdered and hidden, really?
I actually don't have a closet. I have a rack and it's open so you can see everything. Just an FYI. And anyone that's my friend knows that that is exactly how I work with my law and opinions about things too.
So your skeletons are firmly on show.
Oh, that's a good question. If you don't have a closet, do you still have skeletons? I
Ooh.
guess everyone has skeletons. If skeletons are a representation of past actions.
Well, I also think there's a side angle of this that's like emotions. Like, what are you repressing? What are you hiding from?
Oh, as in like the famous thing in my community of when are you going to come out the closet?
Well, no. Oh, well, I wasn't thinking about that, but actually, yeah, that applies.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's not like actions, but like what part of yourself? Yeah, okay. Are you like keeping hidden?
And so in that that's an extension of the metaphor where the skeleton is part of you.
Yeah.
Oh. And it's been hiding there a long time. So then now it's not got any flesh.
Oh, so just dried up.
Oh, it's getting creepier by the second.
So there's an element of like what or who is the skeleton?
Uh-huh.
What is the closet? And if you don't have a closet, where else are you hiding them? Slash, do you still have them?
What secrets? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And is it always a negative secret or can it be a positive secret in your mind?
Oh. I would assume, okay, two things. Secret's actually a good way to describe it, and I don't know why that didn't come to mind, but that's essentially what it is, right? I guess it's a secret of some kind. And I would assume it's a negative secret or or the assumption or like the perception that it's a negative secret. Otherwise, why would you need to hide it in a closet?
Well, unless, oh, this is where your coaching comes in. Unless you have a lot of shame for no apparent reason.
Well, yeah. But then the perception of it is negative, even if the actual reality is not negative, I suppose.
Mm.
Oh,
So
the
it
mind
might
boggles.
be, sorry, linking to vampires who you look in a mirror and you can't see them. Maybe the skeletons actually have flesh, but when you look in your own closet, it looks like they don't.
Whoa, that's interesting.
I think I'm I think I'm stretching this too far. Do you want to know some history?
Yeah, go on. Tell me some things.
I'll tell you some things. Let me get out my little notes. Oh, there they are. Okay, cool. So, first off, Merriam-Webster, good old Merriam-Webster. So the definition, the actual dictionary definition is refers to a secret, shameful fact that someone hides, which, if revealed, could damage their reputation.
I really enjoyed the dramatic reading of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want you to speak like that more often. Okay.
I think the reputation bit is intriguing there.
Tell me more.
Well, because it feels like I'm suddenly like a 40s noir detective going around like trying to wreck people's reputation. This will be
Yeah.
their ruin of them. If this gets out, click, click.
Yeah. What are we gonna put in the papers this week?
There we go. Yes, I want that's exactly the voice I wanted you to use.
Okay. Ooh, I really like the film noir aesthetic to this actually. It gives it a sort of light-hearted but also intense vibe.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think that's a pretty good description actually. A secret that feels shameful that if revealed would damage your reputation in terms of skeletons in the closet.
It's interesting that okay, so the exact wording is could damage their reputation, which I find interesting because I feel like the shame part of that means that okay, you might have perceived skeletons in your closet, but actually it might not be as big a deal as you think.
Yeah.
Like the could is very like hedgy, you know.
Which I'm guessing is often the case, right? It's the worry, the fear that it's going to damage your reputation or damage people's perception of you more than the reality, although not always. I don't know.
Wow. That noise that Rachel just made, everyone, was accompanied by a face that was kind of giving, this is intriguing. I need to investigate this further.
Yes, like I'm stuck here, but what am I stuck on?
Yeah. What are you stuck on,
Maybe I'm just
girly?
stuck because I feel a bit like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Like I don't know if there's any nuance to what the phrase means.
Well, I mean, I think I think shame, right? What you should feel shame about is a very, very, very complicated topic.
Yeah.
Why people keep secrets, for what reason and from whom,
Mm-hmm.
is a very interesting aspect. And the idea of reputation, Taylor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Because she's dead. Please
Is
tell
this
me you
a
got. Oh my
chronically online
gosh.
reference?
No, it's I was a callback to the episode that we spent all episode talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And this is the beginning of her song, Look What You Made Me Do, on her
Oh,
album, Reputation.
I'm not so familiar with that album.
Yes, I know, and it bugs me.
That's fine because you get to reference it and then you get to educate me when I look at you like what are you talking about?
Okay, you have already heard the song. Please listeners, brace yourself for a minor pause while Rachel pauses the audio so that I can play her this song and then she'll know what we're talking about. So now you know.
Now I know, but I'll be honest, I've lost link to the context in which it is relevant.
Oh my god, because reputation.
Okay, gotcha. There we go.
Yeah, and
Reputation.
also the whole music video for that song is like her coming out of a grave in a graveyard,
Right.
you know?
Resurrection.
Yes,
The old
rebirth.
Taylor is dead. The new one is here. Rebirth.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously people were like, "Oh, Taylor must have some skeletons in her closet."
I
And
see.
maybe she feels shameful about them, so we can ruin her reputation.
Which
Kind of
Feels
mean,
very
right?
witch hunty, which is another relevant
Oh,
bit.
can we go to Salem?
Yes.
I feel like Salem's probably very gay and I want to visit.
Yeah. What?
Yes,
Sorry, go on.
because witchcraft is also
Witchcraft is also
quite
quite
yeah, gay.
ah. I was like, I think there's an end to the sentence, or is it implied? Um, where is Salem? I
In
have looked on a
America,
map before. Yeah, but as in like whereabouts in
on
America?
the northeast coast.
Okay. Fun. Oh, well, not fun when the witches are being tried, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, gosh, makes me want to read The Crucible again. Anyway, I have more information for you, unless
Go
you
on.
are processing things and you wish to
No,
say more.
I need more information.
Okay, so oh yes, there is a little nuance that I needed to mention. Apparently, Skeletons in the Closet is the Americanized version of Skeletons in the Cupboard, which apparently is the English version. However, I've never heard the cupboard version before. Have you?
I've never heard the cupboard version. Um, to be honest, I don't have a closet. Like, I would never use the word closet
Yeah,
because it is
same.
an
Unless in this
Americanism,
phrase.
unless this phrase. And cupboard seems
Mhm.
wrong in this situation because actually, if it was going to be anglicized, it would be skeletons in the wardrobe, surely.
Well, back in the 1800s, closet actually meant a private room. It was nothing to do with storing clothes.
Oh, okay. But this is entirely different because if we're talking about a whole room of skeletons, that is different. That is far more expansive than a wardrobe.
Yes. Yes, it's just a room with a lock. And thank goodness there was a room with a lock because now we don't know for certain that this is the origin of the phrase. However, there is a plausible literal theory, which is that in the UK in 1832, they introduced something called the Anatomy Act. Do you want to guess what that is?
I don't know if, I mean, I can try. Anatomy Act, something about
Yes.
people's per, doing things with people's anatomy,
Yes.
preserving bodies. Nope. Removing skeletons for educational purposes from live
Well,
people.
well, bloody hell. Okay. I didn't know we were going down the vivisection route. Okay, so basically, before the Anatomy Act, doctors in Britain were only allowed to dissect criminals that had been executed. And so the
Oh,
Anatomy Act made it so that they could start dissecting regular people that weren't criminals as well.
with their permission or not? I feel like in the 1800s, probably not.
If they're criminals, I doubt it.
No, I mean the regular people.
Oh, the regular people. Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose that depends on how much money you have in the 1800s, right?
Yeah.
And so before 1832, there was obviously kind of a bit of a black market for skeletons because criminals aren't executed every day. So uh, there was a bit of grave robbing going on, and they had to keep these illegal skeletons somewhere secure.
Wait, but surely the skeleton's not the most interesting part. Are we not talking about corpses in the sense of like if you were going to dissect and understand the human body, why are we just fanning around with a skeleton?
Yep. Yep. Um, well, and this is something that is talked about in Gothic literature because specifically the legend that is Edgar Allan Poe um, started talking about literal corpses and skeletons being stored sometimes under the floorboards, sometimes in the private room, aka closet.
Oh my God.
So
Is
there we
it because
go.
skeletons in the closet just feels like a less viscerally disgusting term than saying
The
corpses in the
corpse.
closet?
Corpses in the
Cadaver.
closet.
Are we about to write a song
I think we're about to start a band. I think that's what's going to happen now.
called Corpses in the Closet?
Yeah. Are you in?
Yes,
You
I'm
have been
in.
learning drums.
I have.
So
I quite like the word cadaver because it's quite rhythmic.
it just
If you're going to
reminds
go
me
for
of
any
dogs.
cadaver dogs,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Instant connection in my brain.
cadavers in a cupboard is quite a nice sound.
Cadavers in a cupboard.
The phrase, not the.
Cadavers. Cadavers in a cupboard. Cadavers in a cupboard. Cadavers in a cupboard. Cadavers in a cupboard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what you're telling me is historically people were wanting to dissect bodies, I'm assuming for like educational purposes to learn about
Yes. And
anatomy.
yes. And there weren't enough.
So they had to black market them, put them in a
Mhm.
closet, which at the time was a room. And then, but they were, the phrase was like skeletons, but Edgar Allan Poe would be like, guys, let's call it what it is, corpses and skeletons.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And there were other uses of the term. So the first known figurative use in print is in the UK periodical Eclectic Review in 1816, where they mention to conceal the skeleton in the closet, as in a secret.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Which isn't it interesting that my reaction to people black market buying corpses and hiding them to dissect them for educational purposes, my reaction to that is like, what's shameful about that?
Digging up graves to
Oh, I forgot
keep
about
the
that
boy.
bit. Oh yeah,
Yeah, digging
I
up
forgot
graves
about
to
that bit.
keep them in your spare room. I mean, the
It's
smell alone.
wrong. Yeah, it's wrong.
Thank
But
you
is
for
it shameful?
clarifying that it's wrong to dig up digging up dead people that you don't know without their
I forgot
permission.
about the digging. I forgot. Not that should make a difference. Well, obviously it makes a difference, but like I think when you think about corpse, um, in a medical sense, it's kind of removed from the reality of like somebody's loved one that has been buried in a ritual manner. Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, a body for anatomical purposes. So yeah, bad.
Yeah, and you would want to keep that secret,
Yeah.
and because otherwise you would probably be going to jail. Maybe I don't know how it works in 1800s
So
England.
just some real practical elements here, like the smell. How are we dealing with
Yeah,
that?
exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It reminds me of the freaking Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix that I had
Haven't
to stop
watched it.
watching very quickly because I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I thought about it and then was like, I don't think I can handle this from the
No,
reviews.
no, no, no. It's like
Um,
earlier I was saying about the sounds being the worst part. I,
yeah.
in the end, was closing my eyes through so much of it, but the sound was still making me feel like
Oh
so
God.
sick. Yeah.
I feel honestly, I genuinely just feel sick from this conversation.
Happy Halloween!
Good.
We're doing it right.
Um, but hey, that's interesting though, right? Because surely a smell would emanate, such as in the metaphorical sense of having skeletons in your closet. Like secrets uh, give off something, whether it's just in your own sense of fear or worry that it will be revealed,
Mhm.
or the emotional consequences of having something about yourself that you are trying to
Mhm.
hide. You know,
Yeah.
there's
Mhm.
there's an implication.
Yes. Can I lay down an extra layer of this metaphor for you?
Always.
So imagine this related to me saying I haven't worn this much eyeliner since I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
The reappearance of this eyeliner may be the smell of the corpse that I'm keeping in my closet.
Whoa.
And the skeleton slash corpse in my closet is my old Bebo account.
Yes. Okay, here we are, folks. You heard it here today. We are airing real life skeletons. Well, we're not actually looking at the account, but like the reality of them. Wait, it still exists?
There was this whole thing about it like trying to come back and the owners and whatever, but I don't think it ever happened. But were you a Bebo girl or were you a MySpace girl?
Oh, I was both, but I was absolutely Bebo girl first. And I
Oh my
suspect our
god.
photos were very similar
I think so
ilk.
too. I mean,
But
I spend so much time looking through your old photos of when you were a teenager, being like, "Oh my god, we were the same."
oh, you know what? If it came out now, I think I would cringe, but I would also oh no, I would cringe at the things that I was writing. But the photos I think would be cringy, but also no, there's a real emo revival going on right now. Um,
There is, yeah, there is.
I deleted my account, so I don't think it exists. Is that how it works?
My issue is that very quickly after Bebo, Facebook came around because I am a little bit younger than you. And I, for a long, like for many years, until last year when I snapped and I started rage deleting, would get 15 years ago today, and it would tell me what I put as my like status update. And
Oh yeah,
I'm like, I do not need to see this. This is
yeah,
making me sick, man. Just like the
yeah.
smell of a corpse.
It's wafting in your direction.
It is. It's coming under the
Yeah.
door.
I must admit that is something for me that like so I've deleted my Bebo account years ago, I think probably when I went onto Facebook. And then I deleted my Facebook account maybe 3 or 4 years ago without checking if all of the photos that I'd exported had exported and they hadn't. So
Oh
I basically
God.
have lost all of my photos from like sixth form and through uni, which is a shame. But it also makes me feel really weird that like other people will have uni albums with photos of
Mm.
me. And you're talking about the era where you would take out a digital camera, you would
Yep.
take 40 photos, and then you would
Yep.
upload every single one to a Facebook album, and they're
Yeah.
just out there. And I won't be
Yeah.
tagged in them because I don't have an account, but that makes me that gives me a whiff.
That gives you a whiff. Do you think it would ruin your reputation?
No.
Mm. Well, that's good then.
But yeah. But isn't that interesting that you can still feel shameful is an extreme word for this situation, but you can still feel uncomfortable about it and weird about it, even if like there isn't really that much of a consequence to it.
Uh, well, I always felt like when I got those reminders on Facebook, I always felt like there would eventually be a consequence. There would be somebody that was so obsessed with me that they would scroll all the way back to 2008 on my feed to
Mm-hmm.
read what was on my mind.
Yeah.
And then they would be like, "Oh, okay then. Let's just pretend like we never did that."
It's yeah. Do you think like for me it's part of it is the feeling of like having it's weird. It's like having zero control over perception of you or like something being seen that's almost like personal to you. But at the time, we were the people writing it or posting the photos. So it's not like we didn't want it to be
Yeah.
public, but it's very different now. And the understanding of what it means to be online is very different now. And that is freaky That is freaky.
So that has changed. But also, can I bring up one of my favorite topics?
Please.
Your prefrontal cortex does not develop properly until you're 25. And
Yeah,
so
that is
you
wild.
have limited capacity to do future planning. And therefore, the actions that you're taking are not fully like you haven't made that decision fully yourself,
Yeah.
like with all of the brain power that you could potentially have.
And a lot of adults, grown-ass adults with developed prefrontal cortexes, like, don't make the right
Yeah.
decisions on the internet. So,
Yes, you are so correct. Oh my gosh.
oh, I don't want to go back here because we just keep circling back to my current extremely cynical existential crisis. But like, I
What?
just don't
Go on.
think I'm just don't think. I know this is extremely ironic because we are recording a podcast that is going on my YouTube channel and will be on Spotify and on Instagram. But like, I want zero involvement with anything to do with being online ever again in anything in the world. And I think it's the worst thing that exists.
Talking of existential friends, friends, listeners, dear listener, my bestie Rach here has just delved.
Devilled, David,
She's
Devile.
she's David Hope. No, let's get a little bit too close to defiled, which I'm sure those doctors may have done to those corpses as well. Happy Halloween. My bestie Rachel here has dived her way into the world of Dan and Phil in the last week, and she is feeling very much uh, akin to our friend Daniel Howe, who, if any of you are as much of a fan of Dan and Phil as I am, then you will know about the pure existential moments of incredible comedy and humility and um, just absolute peak internet content that he has created over the last 16 years.
And I came to it 16 years late, but here we are. And I just feel like
Here we
I
are.
just feel like he knows me, you know?
It makes me so happy. It really, really, really does.
Oh,
Existential dread. I feel like that's a lovely place to wrap this wonderful Halloween special, because that is just the scariest thing of all.
oh no. Now I'm like, how do we put this on a positive note? Because honestly, my conclusion is don't mind the skeletons in the closet. What about all the skeletons everywhere that exist all
Everywhere
around?
else. And that's before we get into the skeletons of in the closets of nations. Sorry to bring it back to
God.
freaking yeah.
Oh, the world is a crazy place.
I mean, it is. Okay, well, how about I try for you, because this is my favorite phrase ever
Yes.
to do with existential dread.
Yeah.
Nothing matters. Everything is irrelevant, and therefore everything has equal purpose. And you making yourself a cup of tea and having a nice chat with Mr. Rachel at the start of the day is equally as important as whatever people that have a made up amount of power are doing that day.
Honestly, I do find that comforting. I forget this, and I'm absolutely somebody that takes comfort from this sentiment rather than being like more existential about it. Nothing matters. That's great. Yeah. Honestly, that honestly comforts me.
Well, I love it. I love
Maybe I
talking to
should
you.
read. I do have a book that I half read. What's it called? Uh, The Sunny Nihilist.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%. That can be your Halloween reading task.
I will read this today. How a meaningless life can make you truly happy. Because I'm really trying to reconcile the sunny disposition and the deep cynicism that exists within me. And I think that is exactly this, right?
Um, but can I just say, like, it's so funny that you relate to Dan, and I also did throughout my whole teenage life. And
Yeah.
then I'm not sure that you need to do any kind of reckoning because you're a wonderful person, and I became really good friends with you because I obviously saw that little balance within you, even if you didn't.
Stop it. Oh, this has just turned into pepping me up, and I'm here for it.
What is
Well,
your
here we go.
skeleton on your hat's name, by the way? I keep wanting to address him or her.
Um, I actually don't know, and normally something comes to me. Do you have an inclination?
Judith, maybe?
Yeah, I like it.
Kind of
Judith.
looks like a Judith. Mm-hmm.
I found the way to bridge the gap on this phrase. I'm going to think about dancing skeletons in a closet because that's funny. It's sort of sinister, but also it's like, ooh, that's quite fun dancing around. The yin and yang, the good with the bad, the sinister with the uh, potential for fun.
Okay, that's wonderful. And I'm going to go down the route of actually, we hold a lot of shame in our lives for things that we shouldn't feel shame about. And so air out those skeletons, baby, because it's not going to change people's opinions on you
Blow off the cobweb,
unless
well,
unless
cobwebs.
you're a doctor in the 1800s, in which case, just stop, man. Just stop.
Unless you've committed a legitimate crime, and then you should feel bad about it.
Wonderful. So no purging for anyone tonight, please. As in the movie, The Purge, right? Not
Yes.
like throwing up. Oh God.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
Bye. Episode's over, but you don't want to miss the outro. Thanks for spiraling through another metaphor with us.
If you like this episode, tell your mates, leave us a review, or shout a saying at us online.
You can find me, Rach, over on YouTube at Rach Does YouTube.
And you can find me, George, watching Rachel's videos over on YouTube, but also on Instagram at makinga.fuss.